Hello friends, I am back with a brand new video. I am trying something different to give you a little bit of behind the scenes on how I go about planning out my calendar and content as a corporate event planner. Those of you that are new to my page, my name is Jesse. I am the founder of a company called Lux Giving, but I also am a business coach that specifically focuses on helping entrepreneurs that are in the food and event industry with being able to create back office systems that helps their businesses grow. Today I wanted to focus on giving you some behind the scenes on how I go about planning out my specific events as well as featured content each and every month for my event business. It can be tempting at times to just always be reactive when in reality the goal is to be proactive with creating ideas and offers to your audience so that you are always focusing on retention and attracting new clients. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I love to plan in advance because with my type of business, being reactive to everything is going to strain the relationships with my clients as well as my vendors and strain and stress me out. So we don't have time for any of that. I have tried over the years different platforms to help me with being organized, but the platform that I am currently using is Asana. It is a project management system that helps me add all of my team members to the actual projects so that they can see what's needed and that we're able to communicate with each other, not only for planning events, but it also helps us with planning out our social media content so that everyone knows what is necessary, because I am running two businesses, actually technically three businesses at one same time, and it's easier if you can have some type of platform that helps you with staying organized. If you do want to know more about how I use Asana or you want to have access to templates, comment below and let me know what are some things that you would like for me to show you when it comes to Asana, or if you're not completely comfortable with it, I can do a walkthrough because I want to be able to support you with having access to some resources that are going to help you with leveling up your business. So let's go into Asana right now. Asana is a really great platform. Please don't be confused by anything that I'm going to be showing you. So if you do want me to do more videos on how I plan out my content and keep everyone on track with their projects, and then people keep me on track, please let me know and I'll show you. So in my Asana board, I actually have goals that I put all my goals into Asana so that it makes it super easy for me to see what I'm aiming after and what my company is going after each and every quarter. So for my Lux Giving business, I have a goal that I set for myself where I'm aiming to have a certain amount of bookings and revenue. So I know that my goal is to have 50 bookings in first quarter. And then I also know that I am actively focusing on getting consulting clients to have me teach their staff how to actually go about planning events and creating community and structure within their companies. So right now, I currently only have 10 events that have been hired, that we were hired to do in the month of February for Valentine's Day. So that means in order to hit my goal, I'm 40 events away. So it will require for me over the next 5 weeks to be very intentional with the activities and the actions that I have so that I am getting clients and I'm getting close to that goal, if not actually hitting that goal. So what I like to do, the first thing that I always like to do when it comes to planning out my month is looking at what I said I wanted to hit in that specific quarter and actually going back to see what kind of progress I have made to hit that goal. So then I know that if I'm looking to go into March, that I'm aiming to do around 40 events, and then there's a certain revenue goal that I am needing to focus on. So this may be intimidating or daunting for you, but for me, I like to know these numbers because it gives me something to work towards instead of feeling like there's nothing I can do, when in reality there's a lot of things that I can do with hitting my goal. So the first thing I do is I go into my Asana and then I look to see what are my goals. If you haven't heard of this book called The 12-Week Plan, I did put a link in the description so that you're able to look at this. What it helps you with looking at is not necessarily quarters, but 12-week periods and activities in which you're saying you're going to do on a weekly basis so that you are pretty much creating momentum in your business so that you're able to hit your results. So I love this book because it's not looking at, okay, this year I want to hit 6 figures. That may inspire you and that might also keep you stuck. So what I like to do is practice the principles of the 12-week plan where I set actionable steps that I monitor every week so that I am intentionally doing the activity to produce the results. I did mention that in the video that I did earlier this year about goal setting, so I will make sure to link it now so that you're able to look at that. Now that I know that I'm intentionally looking to have 40 events booked in the next 5 weeks, I know that I need to have some intentional ideas so that I'm getting my clients inspired, because this is where it comes into understanding your target market. Your customer, they are going to face issues over the next 5 weeks. If you're not proactively thinking, what are some things they may need? Especially like when you get into springtime, if you know that your target market is more into brunches, it may be coming up with some event ideas or some menus that are going to specifically inspire your audience. If you tend to do more picnics, then it's looking to see if there are some really cool seasonal foods that you can start to feature. Believe me, every month does not have to be the same, and it's up to you to be creative, to think about how you are going to impact, inspire your client base. So what I do is I look at my March calendar, and I do this in Asana, and as you can see, the second step that I like to do is I like to brain dump different event ideas. There is a page that I like to always go to, and it's holidayinsights.com. On holidayinsights.com, it allows for you to see specific holidays that are happening on certain days. Like in March, there's a waffle day. So maybe you may be the brunch kind of person. You can do a promotion or a special menu to feature different unique ways to do, you're able to do waffles. Or if you're an event planner, you can come up with some really cool ideas to pitch to your clients so they're hiring you to do a waffle station. There are different ways you can approach it, but if you're not aware of what's out there, your clients definitely aren't aware. And what will happen is that you have to work harder to get new people where you can be re-engaging some of your older clients. So the first thing that I always like to do is I will go to holidayinsights.com, holidays by the month. Then I'm going to go to March. And then what I do is I go through the month of March and start to look at some different ideas. So like this is National Crown Roast of Pork Day. That doesn't really fit into my target market. And this is, again, why it matters to know who your audience is. Because I can look at certain national holidays and think to myself, I know that I can come up with a really cool idea that will affect this type of client, or I can come up with this type of menu or find this type of vendor to feature at this type of event. But if you don't know your target market, what you'll find is that you're going to be offering things that they're really not interested in. So like, for example, March the 10th is Popcorn Lovers Day. So what I then do is I am just in the beginning. I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to see which of the actual event dates that I think would be a really good one so that I can go into the next step. So all I'm going to do, and I have a template here. What I am thinking to do is actually allowing people to download this template. If you would like to get access to this, let me know. Comment below, send me a DM on Instagram so I know that you want to get access to this, and I definitely will help you. Use this template. So I created this template, and then when I do create a task, I select my event idea template, and then all I'm going to do now is just go through different holidays and copy them all into my Asana template. So another one I can do, Employee Appreciation Day. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste that. And so you're just going to go through, create a long list of different event ideas or themes that inspire you. I've gone through and I have some event ideas or the holidays that I'm interested in. What I then do is I first just like to go through and I dump out all the ideas that I want to do an event for. So what I then do is that in this specific template, I have different steps that I actually try to do for each one of these ideas. Because with my client, it's not a one size fits all. So since it's not a one size fits all, I have to make sure that I have different options for one type of event. So what I then do is that I come up with event idea one. I like to try to think of two different event ideas, at least 2 to 3 event ideas for each holiday, so that when I'm actually doing sales calls or I'm sending out emails to my clients, that I already know enough about their community or what their needs are that I can actually recommend a specific idea to that client. So let's say you are a private chef and you're going to be doing something for National Women's History Month. Maybe you might want to look up some companies that are actually going to be doing something to support women's history, so that you can maybe do some individual lunch bags, or you can do charcuterie boards. But if you don't know these things, or maybe you might have a client that has her own company and it's Employee Appreciation Day, the first Friday in March, you can have an opportunity to now pitch to your client that you can work with them for Employee Appreciation Day, because they only were thinking that they can only hire you for their anniversary dinner, where you could have a really quick booking by doing Employee Appreciation Day. So something like Employee Appreciation Day, I would do event one, where we would do treat bags. Event number two, I would then also do charcuterie boards, boxes. I'm sorry, individual charcuterie boxes. Then event three, mobile spa day, because I have a spa company that I partner with. So even if it's a mobile spa day, I might be able to get a booking off of the chair massages, and then they will likely want to do fruit or veggie platters. So then I can have my caterer booked to do the food display, and then they have the mobile spa. But the reason why I like to have at least 3 event ideas, because everyone's budget is different, and it helps me with thinking of different ways to market to my clients. So let's say if you're a private chef, it might be offering your clients that have companies, or if you know enough about if they're supervisors or managers, you can pitch it to them. This is why I'm a firm believer that you don't want it to be that people are just selecting and ordering off of your website without building relationships. Because if you make it transactional, your clients will treat you as a transaction, not as a relationship. So you want to make sure you're building relationships with people so that you can think of ways to retain them and also get more referrals. Because if they're only thinking they can work with you one way, then it's going to make your business extremely hard to do. So what I would do is just go through and list 3. So then what I then would do for the third step is, once I go through each one of these ideas, I write out my 3 events. The third step that I would then do is I'll start to research my potential concepts. So I will typically go onto something like Google, and I will do employee appreciation gifts, just so you can see. So Employee Appreciation Day is this. then I would do images. So if you're not naturally a creative individual, you can do Employee Appreciation Day and look at images. You may see some really cool ideas. I would say, let's see, gifts, not gifts, food ideas. So, if you, let me see. If you do bake and you want to do bagels and you can do personalized baskets, cool. I know a few of the people in my audience, they do really amazing desserts and treats. So maybe thinking ahead of time, okay, what if I did some kind of really cool box for employee appreciation because I bake, or because I do really amazing chocolate covered treats. This is how you are able to stay ahead of the game when it comes to your client compared to always reacting. Because right now we are still about, I guess, a week or so away from it, 2 weeks away from Employee Appreciation Day, because I'm recording this video on the 22nd and it's uploading on the 23rd, but you still have time to actually promote this. So what I would then do is look up some ideas and research the different concepts, and I would put it in my actual Asana board. So what I would then do is click here, and then I would actually start to list out the event ideas and concepts. Again, it makes it super easy for me to follow what are the ideas, know what vendors are available, because that takes me into the next step. As I then will reach out to my partners. So like I mentioned, I have I have a mobile bartender, a mobile spa company that I work with. I would reach out to them and say, hey, I'm gonna do a big push for Employee Appreciation Day. What's your availability? What's your pricing? How do you feel about this? Are you doing a special offer for this? So like, even if you are a chef, you may have relationships with some other companies that you can do a collaboration and a partnership with, so that you're able to push your company out and get in front of more people. The next step that I like to do is then I will upload my packages into Honeybook. You know, I talk about Honeybook all the time. And I also offer free workshops on Honeybook setups. So if this is something you're interested in, just reach out to me and I'll be able to support you. So once I do actually go through and create those topics, I then will move it to my event ideas created column. Because once I do that, then it helps me to actually know that, okay, this concept has been thought through. You have people that are on board. You already know your pricing that's going to be offered, so that when you have customers that respond back to you, you already know what you're going to say you're charging. So if you saw, the last step of this actual process is then I will email the idea to my client and my email list. It's great to create the event idea, but you want to make sure people know about it. So this is where you might want to send out an email. You probably also want to create some social media content around it, so that people are aware that you have this Employee Appreciation Day offer. Because if they don't know, how would they be able to book it? So every month, what I do is take time to really think to myself, what are some interesting and unique things I can offer to my clients, so that they're able to feel empowered and inspired by the ideas that I come up with. I love the creativity that's out there, and what it takes to really grow your business is not just waiting for them to reach out to you, is you being proactive and thinking of ways that you can serve your customer. This is why you need to know who your target market is, so that you're able to really impact them and grow your business. All right, so I hope this behind the scenes video was helpful for you to kind of give you an idea of how I start every month with clarity on what my goals are, as well as some of the ideas that come through my mind and how I notify my client to being able to do this. This has built an amazing client base for my customers to really be present to every month. What they're doing is like, hey, Jesse, what else can you do? What other ideas you have? Because when you build up those relationships, they keep coming back. And when they come back and they know that you are like this thought leader within your industry, they'll also send other people to you. And when you can retain customers and those people also send you referrals, it just does amazing things within your business. If you find this video helpful, please let me know. I was thinking to do this once a month so that you'll be able to get more access to what I do behind the scenes as a corporate event planner and how I've been able to build my business over the last 10 years to doing multiple thousands of events and really making an impact in different cities and states. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel and just reach out and let me know, how did this video help you and what else you are planning on doing for the month of March.